Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to make a wall jewelry organizer. Now I've already done one of these and you can see the video that I posted already. Now the first one that I did kind of had like a farmhouse look. It was painted white. Now with this one, I'm going to go kind of like a romantic look. And if you haven't seen my first video, so what I did is I had some wood laying around in the garage, and so I cut like a 16 by 16 piece board, and I just sanded the edges to kind of round it out, and that way it's just not so sharp at the edge. Now I've already painted this piece that I'm going to be using, and I have and what I did is I just used leftover paint that I already had. So this is just a nice yellow color. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to I bought some lace. So we're going to get some lace and we're going to make this, we're going to spray paint it and get like a nice lace pattern onto this board. So you can choose any color that you want. I think I have some silver spray paint, so that's what I'm going to use, because I'm trying to use the stuff that I already have. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're just going to, actually let me do it from this angle so I don't get it on the camera. So we're just going to sweep this side to side. Nice even strokes. And like I said, this is silver. It looks like I did too much on one side and not the other, so I'm going to peek under here. Okay, I just removed the lace and I think it looks really good. I think the main thing when we do this is that we want to make sure we get nice even strokes. That way it's consistent throughout if you want consistency. So I'm going to let this dry probably overnight, and then I'm going to put a coating of polyurethane because I want to kind of have this wall jewelry organizer a little bit shinier than the other one I had, because I want kind of a different feel, or a romantic feel. So anyway, so I'm going to let this dry and go ahead and start placing the hooks and knobs and everything and kind of see if I like it or not. If not, I'll just paint over it and redo it again. But right now, I'm just not quite sure I like it or not. The glue kind of messed up this little bit right here, so I'm going to let this dry and we'll place it back over and see if we can fill in that spot. I'm going to go clean up the stencil and get everything, the paint and the glue off, and then we're going to go ahead and just put one more right here. So I'm getting ready to do the other stencil. I cleaned the stencil up with some alcohol and just soap and water. So let's see if we can get this other one up. Okay, this time I was careful not to spray way too much. So I think we'll just put it here. Go ahead and flatten this out. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit here for just a second, and then we'll go ahead and start painting. Okay, go ahead and get started on this one. Get some paint. Ah, bug. Very big bug. Okay, so light little dabs. Patience, patience. And I'm thinking, since my paint was the yellow paint, must have been like a semi-gloss or something. So the white paint's not really sticking to it great. So that might be something to keep in mind if you're doing this, and for me to keep in mind in the future to kind of really be careful on the paint sheens that I choose. So just gonna make my way around here, and like I said, the stencil's not sticking that great.
even with the glue. So that's why they say it's important to just go really slow and dab little bits and try not to get paint underneath the stencil. So I can see it lifting up quite a bit. But, you know, there's always room for improvement. But I think it's going to be great. I think next time, until I really master stencils though, is to get something that's not quite so intricate, because when it does have all these little cutouts, it just makes it a lot easier to get paint underneath. You need to maybe stick with circles and squares and big shapes like that. But this is so pretty. It's going to be worth it if it really turns out good. Just a little bit more. And then, like I said, we're going to go back on the other one and see if we can kind of fix that one little area where the glue got to it. So let's go ahead and lift this one up. Oh, that looks so much better. I think the trick is not to use too much glue and to also, you know, take your time but not too long, because then the glue sticks to the paint on the edges, and I think that's what the problem was I had over here, and then it just lifted up everything. So, but I think it looks fabulous, and I'm just stopping there because I don't feel comfortable doing it anymore. Not until I practice a little more, but I think it looks really good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put my coat of polyurethane on here. Just going to put one coat probably. Okay. Got some storm on its way. So let's see if we can go ahead and get this done real quick. I'll probably have to put a fan on it so it'll dry. Like I said, it was moist out earlier, and here's the rain. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Go ahead and do the edges too. I think this is going to look really, really good. Really good. And like I said, I just wanted to put a coat of polyurethane just to kind of hold the color in. And it'll give it a nice shine to it. Boy, it stinks though. Alright, let's see if I got it all. My dog is waiting on me to go indoors. She does not like being out in the rain. Okay, I think that's going to do it. I'm just going to make sure it's cleaned up on the sides here. And like I said, I'm going to close the garage and put a fan on this. That way it dries up quick. Super excited at how this turned out. It took a little while for the polyurethane to dry out because it's been quite humid and rainy here lately. But I placed everything about where I want it to go. So what we're going to do next is just mark the areas with a pencil, and then we're going to go ahead and drill some holes. Alright, so I am done with my second jewelry board. If you want to check out the first one, you can go through my videos, and I did another one with a farmhouse look, but I'm so happy with the way it turned out. One thing I just wanted to point out is I bought different kind of cabinet knobs, and these have a really long screw on them. You know, it comes with a little nut to put on the end, and so I'm going to have to cut the excess off the back of my boards. Now the other ones that I had bought were let me find one real quick. The other ones I had purchased come like this, and then you screw you know, when the screw's on the other side. And you can always change the side, as opposed to these that already come built in with the screw on it, with the nut on the end. As opposed to these with the little nut on the end, and you can't really change the size of the screws. So this might be something you want to consider for the future. So these are a lot easier to work with, and that's why maybe these were on sale. I hope you enjoyed this project as much as I did. I think it turned out really awesome, and I'm sure you guys are going to have super awesome projects too.